Welcome, Taurus. This is your weekly focus for the week of August the 5th. I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your support. Let's get to the cards and see what they have to reveal for you for the upcoming week. Now, we have our underlying energy there, which is the Hierophant. There's a strength in who you are. Okay? You have wisdom. You have knowledge. This week, you are very much the person with the sage wisdom. You can tap into that sage wisdom and allow yourself or allow that to be your compass this week. Ask yourself, ask God, your angels, the universe, and then listen to the answers. You could have, something spiritual could happen this week. Absolutely. You could get advice that is spiritual in nature, or you could be giving that advice in that manner. But I really do think it's just your sage wisdom and being able to tap into that sage wisdom in a way that you normally can't. It's like your wisdom is on on high frequency right now for you. We have the Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles. We're looking at the give and take in our relationships. Absolutely. We're looking at those relationships we want to grow stronger. We're looking at those relationships that maybe pull us down, or we don't support each other in the way we should, or we don't trust each other in the way we should. You know, there's some kind of little red flag there telling you that you need to look deeper at the relationship. This could also be a gift coming in to help you move forward in some way for your past actions, for the love you've given out, for the things that you do just because you're you. Okay, and something can come back in to support you in a way that would help you move forward. We have the Empress. Well, this is all about creating. This is all about new beginnings. This is how, if you're wanting to have a child, this would be an opportune week to try. Maybe this is the week you find out, but I think this is trying more than finding out, because this is where we are going to be giving birth. This is where we are going to be creating, inventing. Okay, we are very much the diplomat in this, as we are sage wisdom, and now we have the diplomacy to go with that. Our intuition is very strong, so we'll be able to tap into our relationships heart to heart a little bit easier. And it is all about the new beginnings, the new starts that we want in our life, how we want to go forward. We have the Six of Cups. Somebody from the past could come back into your life. That is something that could happen here. More often than not, I think it's where we see where we've allowed people to put limitations in our way of moving forward in the way we want. Somebody has told you that it wasn't allowed or it should never be, and you believe them for what they told you rather than your own thoughts. You allowed their thoughts to replace your thoughts. And I think this is where your sage wisdom comes in, and you realize that you have been living a false truth in one way or another, believing that you had to do A, B, and C in order to get D. You're finding out that you only had to do A, or you had to do B and C, or none of those. You could have all of it. You could have A through D if you wanted to. It's about understanding your worth and your value and what you should really be able to acquire in your life if you so desire. And that could just be a habit or a behavior. You know, people say, "Oh, you can't get angry." Nobody likes it when you're angry, but maybe getting angry in the right kind of environment is probably one of the most healthiest things you can do, because it allows you to vent that extra energy in a way that it is not toxic to you, instead of trying to push it down, push it down, push it down, then it all explodes. And I mean, that's just one scenario of a million and one I could give you. But I think you're understanding something. Your eyes are being opened to something. And it's a way that you've lived your life up till now that just you find all of a sudden it's like, looking back, this isn't working. I'm following that rule and it's not who I am. It never was who I am. I don't know why that rule exists. It exists because somebody else thought it should. And so they imposed that upon you. Overriding this reading is the Tower card. So there are awakenings this week for you, aha moments. But more importantly, look at this. You are that ball of fire and you break through the glass ceiling. So what has limited you in the past? What has not allowed you to go forward in the past? You have now removed in some way, and it could be a blink of an eye. It could just be a thought process. And then retraining yourself to walk in a new way because of that knowledge that comes in. We have the Ace of Wands. Healthy dynamics need to happen here between work, career, home and family, relationships, work and duties and obligations and responsibilities versus fun. I think you're looking at both of those things. I think so. It's a all-round kind of thing. Are you working so hard that you are forgetting to have fun and joy in your life? Because there has to be a balance there. And are you taking your tensions from work and bringing them home? Or are you taking your tensions from home and bringing them to work? You need to be more conscious and more aware of where you are carrying that energy and when you are carrying that energy. And that's going to allow you to, when you start to get some kind of understanding or discipline about that, like, okay, I'm at the front door of my house, so work, I'm not even going to mention it, and see how long it takes you to check your emails or to make sure there wasn't a text from your boss or a coworker or something like that. See how often you actually include work at home, because that's going to get in the way of growing a beautiful relationship and strengthening it day by day. So we're really trying to find this balance in things, the balance of who you should be there for and who you need to walk away from. That could be part of it here. You might be giving your energy to the wrong people, and understanding those relationship ties a little bit stronger will allow you to give it to the right people. When we want balance, maybe that is part of the creation to bring that balance in. So maybe we are going to create more happy moments in our life with our loved ones. We're going to have game night or dinner at 5 o'clock. Everybody be there every Sunday dinner at our house or something like that. If you don't have family, maybe you can do friends and you just go from house to house and to try and work some things like that into your life where there's joy and happiness, but it's got to be joy and happiness that you want in your life. So what are you craving, but you really don't have it? You don't think you have the time or the energy or the resources to do what you want. And I'm telling you that with your sage wisdom here this week, you and the Empress sitting next or in the middle here. So the strongest placement for change in our life is the Empress. So what do we want to create? What do we want to give birth to? What new practices, what new parts of our life? Do we want to bring in more giggles and playful atmospheres? Do we want to make the relationships more harmonious in our life, more loving in our life? And we need to have those open communications then on doing just that, and know that, well, Mercury is retrograde, right? So we have to think about our words, that we are being clear, that we are being honest, that we are being open, that we're being precise with our words. We're not leaving things out or leaving things to their imagination when we are talking about how we want to incorporate happiness and joy into our world. And I think it's more happiness and joy into the world rather than anything else. We start our week with the Three of Pentacles. Okay, so you've done some really good work. You're coming into the week being very successful at doing some things very well. People are watching, even if you don't think they are. This is about putting your best foot forward. This is knowing that if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is too good to be true. That, like, it's a sure thing, buddy. Don't trust those words ever. This is you creating your future one brushstroke at a time. You know that you're just going to implement a change and see how it goes, and implement this and see how it goes, and talk about implementing this, and have some strategies in order to create giggles and laughter in your life. And as we leave the week, we have the Eight of Pentacles. Wow, Three of Pentacles to the Eight of Pentacles. Those two cards both show up. Tell me that as you're doing your work, you are starting to understand just how much talent or ability, magic you have in order to, I don't know, you see your potential. You see where you can raise the bar. You can see how you can give more of yourself towards a commitment when it comes to your finances, when it comes to, yeah, growing your finances, investments, building that nest egg for that security and safety. And I think this energy actually gets stronger as the week goes by for you, where you are starting to really realize your potential. Okay, maybe where you've wasted money, and maybe where your money has really worked a lot of good in the world, and maybe in your own personal quiet world yourself. Work and career, we have the Five of Swords. We got to have a healthy ego here, okay? We have to be open to criticism. We have to be open to advice. And I think you know the difference between somebody giving you positive criticism and somebody just trying to, put you through the gears. So some people, yeah, we have to turn a deaf ear to, because they just want to pull us down. They want to tell us everything that's wrong with us and give us very little hope that we could ever meet their standards, their approval. And it's usually people that don't matter too much in the whole scenario. Okay. If your boss came up to you and said it, you would take it much differently than the coworker saying it to you. Okay. Realize maybe it is the coworker saying it to you. But I mean, there's some coworkers that, they're happy with their work, and they see you, and they want you to do well. And they see where, if you just didn't do that, you'd be so much farther ahead in this place. And maybe they're giving you some positive criticism of how to step into. So a healthy ego, and it's growing our ego in a healthy manner. I would, first of all, organize your desk, get rid of the clutter if there is clutter around you, and work in a very serene environment. Okay. I get happiness and joy. You want to create happiness and joy, and that's all I'm hearing in my mind. Regardless of what cards are showing up, I hear you want to grow happiness and joy in your life. You want to feel safe. You want to feel secure in your life. And I'm telling you that you have the wisdom. Tap into it this week. Meditate on it. Go for a walk through nature and just have a conversation with yourself and watch what spills out. I mean, we start the week with the Three of Pentacles, a money card. We end the week with the money card. And we even have the Six of Pentacles here on the way through. So we actually have more pentacles than anything else on the board right now. So it is about creating our wealth. It's understanding how we are distributing our money, our resources, of our things of value to others. And I mean, many times it's a two-way street, and it actually serves us very well for sharing, for being part of that. But in some situations, it's just draining us. And I think you really need to understand that. When you realize that, you kind of get this breath of fresh air, like, I'm going to begin again. I'm going to start something new. I'm going to step into something wonderful, one brushstroke at a time. And this is about you raising your potential. This is about you believing in yourself and what you can do, what you master, what you are the master of, or will be the master of one day, because you're not afraid right now to try something new and different based on what you've done in the past to amplify its success rate. That's what I'm getting. Okay. Love and relationship, the Chariot. Pull it back a bit when it comes to love and relationships. Okay. We just don't want to profess our love. Okay. And then a week later go, I don't know why I told them that, because I didn't feel that way, but I felt that way at the time. And now they think I feel that way all the time. And now they've got the wrong message about who I am in the relationship. And this is especially if you're new in the relationship. We all sit back and we wait, who's going to say I love you first? Like, it's that big step. I think you should say it when your heart is ready. and maybe you had a drink too many and you said it, and now you can't unsay it. And it's so just have that open conversation, okay? I really do think that with this card here in the middle, and well, this card here in the middle tells me that you want to create joy and happiness, and maybe a baby. This card here tells me that in some ways you've always held back in a relationship in certain ways, and you want to step out and try something new, try something different, try something fun, try something for a little bit of giggles and laughter, do something spontaneous that will bring in a joy in the relationship. Just stop the car down a dirt road, turn up the radio and start dancing in the street, right? Nothing's coming. It's an old farm road or something. you know this is about thinking things through and really understanding where we want the relationship to go before we're going to say a lot about the relationship. We want the best foot forward the first time around, and we are going to think things through, especially when it comes to our relationships, when we're our home, our family, our security. So I think you're holding back right now, and you're not. But there's this beauty in this laughter, and then I hear have fun and I keep hearing this over and over again. So maybe hold back on the serious stuff and just have a little bit of fun in the relationship. Let your hair down a little bit. Enjoy just laughing and experience fun things and doing something different. I mean, go to a bird sanctuary and watch the different colored birds fly around, or a butterfly sanctuary, or maybe a beautiful garden, or whatever. It's something that will bring in joy. Go and watch a movie, make sure it's a comedy though, right? We don't want to be sitting there crying. We want fun, excitement, laughter, joy. This is all I'm hearing over and over again for you. And the Ace of Cups, I think it's next week actually where you start to embrace this new path. I think it's next week when you really, I mean, look at this. We got two aces together. The ace plays on the ace. As you understand about how to bring in the balance, guess what? The new ace appears. The new ace appears, says, okay, well, you got that. So what do you want? Where do you want to step? What do you want to grow? Where do you want the beauty to be in your life? It can be yours. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.